Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping right into something pretty fundamental, actually. How to introduce yourself in English, but not just the words.
No, not just vocabulary. We're looking at let's call it the social physics behind it.
Social physics, I like that.
Yeah, we've got this really detailed guide someone shared, and the goal today is basically how to turn those simple phrases into, well, instant social fluency.
Okay, instant social fluency. What does that mean in practice?
It means connecting quickly,
Yeah.
whether you're starting a job, traveling, meeting people, making that first impression count fast.
Got it. So we've broken this down into like three main parts.
Yep, first, just establishing who you are, your basic identity, then getting into some slightly trickier personal stuff, and finally how you talk about your professional side, your work or studies.
And the real key here, I think, is understanding the hidden signals in how you say things, right? The cultural shortcuts.
Precisely. Every introduction is kind of a mini performance. The words you pick right at the start, they set the tone, formality, warmth, everything. So let's start right at the beginning. Your name and where you're from.
Okay, name first. The basics seem easy. My name is X, or the more casual, I'm X.
Right, I'm X is definitely more common, friendlier, but where it gets interesting is nicknames. If you're Thomas, but everyone calls you Tom.
Ah, right. So what's the advice there?
Don't wait to be asked. Jump in with it. Say something like, my name is Thomas, but most people call me Tom. Or everyone calls me Tom.
And that does what? Builds warmth.
Instantly. Yeah, it basically tells the other person, look, I'm comfortable enough with you already to share my preferred name. It's a trust signal.
That's a really useful shortcut. It feels like skipping ahead, relationship-wise. But hang on, could that backfire? Like if you're meeting your new boss, is it too informal?
That's a great point. And it really hits on the cultural aspect. In a lot of English-speaking workplaces, especially in, say, the US or UK, moving to first names quickly, even nicknames, is often seen as, well, efficient, collegial.
Not disrespectful.
Generally not. Yeah. How fast someone invites you to use Tom instead of Mr. Thomas. That's actually a clue about the company culture, how formal or informal it is.
I see. So if you offered the nickname first.
You're signaling, hey, I'm approachable, let's keep this friendly. You're kind of setting the temperature for the chat right away.
Okay, makes sense. So name sorted. Then the next big identity marker is location. Where are you from?
Yeah, the classic. And the standard answer, I'm from country, or I'm from city. That always works.
But we can do better than just the basics.
Definitely. For clarity, especially if your city isn't, world famous,
Yeah.
pair the city and country. Instead of just, I'm from Cairo, maybe say, I'm from Cairo, it's in Egypt. Just helps place it.
Or adding the region, like if the country's big or the city has a specific vibe.
Exactly. I'm from Munich, that's in the south of Germany. It adds a bit more texture, gives them a better mental map, and maybe something to comment on.
Oh, Bavaria or something.
Right. And the other thing people often miss is the story of movement. Lots of us don't live where we were born.
True.
So using that pattern, I was born in place A, but I live in place B now. That's really useful. Maybe you were born in Spain, but live in Mexico now. Or small town to big city.
That little born here, live there structure, it packs a punch, doesn't it? It tells a mini story.
Totally. And it invites questions. Oh, why did you move? Or what's London like compared to your hometown?
Yeah.
You're basically handing them conversational fuel.
Yeah, you're giving them an easy follow-up.
People grab onto location details. If you say Italy, they might jump in with, oh, I love Italian food, or I visited Rome last year. It's all about finding that quick connection. You're giving them hooks.
Okay, good hooks. Let's move into the next section then. This is where it gets maybe a bit more personal, navigating things like age and family.
Yeah, and age is a perfect example of where culture really shapes the language. Technically, you can say I'm X years old.
But you usually don't.
In casual chat. Almost never. You just say I'm 28 or I'm 41, drop the years old. It sounds more natural.
Right. But the bigger thing is, should you even bring it up? When is it okay to ask or share your age?
This is super important culturally speaking. Asking kids or teenagers, fine, totally normal. But asking an adult their age, especially, let's be honest, often women, or in work contexts, it can feel really personal.
Invasive, even.
Sometimes, yeah. Or people worry it's linked to bias, like ageism. So the general rule, it's much, much better to wait for them to volunteer it. Don't push it.
Okay, so let's say the topic does come up, or you want to share, but maybe not the exact number. What are the options?
This is where age ranges are great. They're like a softer way in. You can say, I'm in my 20s, or I'm in my early 30s, or my late 40s.
But those have specific meanings, right? Early 30s isn't just 30.
Exactly. Early 30s usually means like 31, 32, maybe 33. Mid-30s is 34 to 36. Late 30s is 37, 38, 39. It gives a good ballpark without the precise digit.
That's a neat linguistic trick. So using an age range, it's generally seen as okay, not evasive.
In normal social chat, totally fine. It's a standard way to be a bit vague politely. Now, if you're, renting a car or applying for something with an age limit, you obviously need the exact number. But for small talk, ranges are perfect.
Any other useful age phrases?
Yeah, things like I'm almost 30 or I just turned 18. They add a bit of context, maybe highlighting a milestone.
Okay, good to know. Let's shift to family then. The usual question is, do you have brothers or sisters? Or the shorter version.
Siblings, yeah. Do you have any siblings?
And again, just saying yes or no is a bit boring.
Right. Add a little detail. Use older or younger. It paints a much clearer picture. I have one older sister or I've got two younger brothers. Simple, but gives much more info.
It immediately tells them your place in the family structure.
Uh-huh. And if you don't have siblings, there's a specific phrase for that.
Ah, yes, the classic. I'm an only child.
That's the one. It's a very common, standard phrase. And it often carries certain assumptions, rightly or wrongly, about independence or maybe being close to parents.
And then there are phrases for your position, too.
Yep. I'm the oldest child, I'm the youngest, or I'm the middle child. People often have ideas about what those mean personality-wise. The responsible oldest, the free-spirited youngest.
The forgotten middle child.
Sometimes. And then related to family is often your living situation.
Right. How do I answer that?
Pretty straightforward patterns here. I live with my parents, or I live with my partner, or my children, or friends, whatever fits.
And if you live by yourself.
I can say I live alone. Or, very commonly, especially in casual speech, I live on my own. Both mean the same thing. Pretty much covers all the bases.
Okay, that all seems quite logical. Which brings us to the third big area, work, study, and personality, your professional or public identity.
And this kicks off with probably the most crucial question in English small talk, the one that trips people up all the time.
Let me guess. What do you do?
Bingo. If there's one thing to nail down from today, it's this. In introductions or social chat, what do you do always means, what's your job? Or, what are you studying?
Not what are you doing right now?
Absolutely not. Answering, I'm drinking coffee is, well, awkward. It shows you missed the social cue.
Right. Huge difference. So, assuming you understand the question correctly, how do you answer if you have a job?
Keep it simple first. I'm a teacher. I'm an engineer. I'm a nurse. Then maybe add a little bit of detail to make it more interesting.
Like what kind of detail?
Just a bit more specifics. Instead of just, I'm a teacher, maybe I'm a language teacher, work with adults mostly, or I'm a driver, I drive a taxi downtown. Something that gives a clearer picture.
And opens the door for them to ask a follow-up question.
Exactly. It makes the conversation flow better.
Okay, but what if you don't have a job right now? That can feel awkward to talk about.
It can, yeah. But there are good, polite ways to handle it. The standard is, I'm looking for a job right now.
Okay.
A slightly maybe more sophisticated or smoother way is, I'm between jobs at the moment. Sounds a bit more temporary, maybe less stressed.
Between jobs, I like that. It sounds proactive.
It does. And if your focus is on home life, you can just say, I'm a homemaker, or I stay at home with my kids. Perfectly clear, perfectly acceptable.
If someone says, I'm between jobs, how do they, steer the conversation away if they don't want to dwell on it?
Good question. Use that phrase as a pivot. Say, I'm between jobs right now, looking into the tech sector. What about you? What do you do? See? Answer briefly, then immediately tune the focus back to them.
Nice move. Hands the conversational ball right back.
Yep. And for students, it's similar. I'm a student, then add your subject. I study engineering, or I'm studying English.
And lots of people do both, right? Study and work.
Very common, so you can easily say that. I study business, and I also work part-time in a restaurant. It shows you're busy managing different things.
Okay. So after what do you do, the conversation often shifts towards personality, what you're like.
Yeah, once people have the basic facts, they often want a sense of your character, how you interact.
And adding a few personality words can make the introduction feel warmer, more complete.
Totally. And you don't need a huge vocabulary. Simple adjectives work great. I'm pretty friendly. I can be a bit shy at first. I'm quite hardworking. I'm curious about things.
Or words about your general vibe.
Right. Like, are you active or more relaxed, serious or easygoing? Maybe you see yourself as open-minded or generally positive. Just pick one or two that feel right.
But there's another tricky question here, isn't there? The one that sounds like something else.
Ah, yes. The big one. What do you like? This confuses so many learners.
Because it sounds like, what do you like?
Exactly. But it's completely different. What do you like is about preferences, food, hobbies, movies. But what do you like is asking about your personality, your character traits.
So the answer has to be about your personality.
Yes. You must answer with personality adjectives. Casually, you might say, oh, I'm pretty easygoing, or I'm quite determined. In a job interview, they might ask, how would you describe yourself? That's the same question, essentially.
And for an interview, you'd want positive professional traits.
Definitely. I'm reliable, I'm creative, I'm a good team player, things like that.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, the 5 key areas.
Yeah.
Name, where you're from, age, family, and your work or study, plus that personality bit. It really seems like mastering these simple patterns is the key.
It really is. It's not about complex sentences. It's about using these short, effective, culturally smart patterns with confidence, knowing why you drop years old or why you offer a nickname that gives you the power to sound natural.
And practice makes perfect, I assume.
Absolutely. Say them out loud, practice with a friend, or even in the mirror. Get comfortable with the rhythm and the phrasing until it just flows.
It really frames the introduction differently, doesn't it? It's less like reading off a CV.
Yeah, much less.
And more like handing someone a set of keys. Each piece of info where you grew up, if you're the oldest child, if you say you're easygoing, it unlocks a potential conversation.
That's a great way to put it. Keys to potential conversations. They reveal little glimpses of who you are, what doors might be interesting to open next. Are they serious, relaxed, adventurous? You get clues from how they introduce themselves.
So, maybe the final thought for everyone listening is this. When you introduce yourself, think about those details. Which small piece of information about you is the most important key you choose to hand over first? And what conversation are you hoping it unlocks?
That's something to chew on. What's your opening key?
Hopefully, this deep dive helps you feel more confident turning that key next time. Until next time, keep learning.